Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are dealing with NCV Level 4 paper and Mathematical Literacy Paper 2. And we are on question 2, which is a space shape and orientation question. So one of the challenging questions that you'll find. 2.2.1 of the question is based on 2.2. So the diagram below shows the drawing of a house plan. Study the picture and answer the questions that follows. Okay, now this is a house, simple house, 3 bedrooms, a bathroom connected with an ablution, or you can call it a toilet, and then we have a kitchen or a dining area, and we've got a lounge here and some passages and some doors and all those other things. And then something very interesting, if we can just quickly zoom in here, something very interesting, it's your scale. Your scale is given here on the bottom right of this house. Your scale is given. That is a very interesting factor. So your scale is given as 1:100. 1:100. That is a very interesting factor of this, or rather about this diagram, and it's something we must take into consideration when we are answering the questions that will follow. Question 2.2.1, write down the scale of this plan. What does it mean? So we've seen that the scale 1:100. Okay, no need for the full stop. 1:100. What does it mean? There are many ways, fellas, how you can answer this. One way to go with it is as follows. The scale means 1 centimeter on the map or the diagram represents 100 centimeters in real life. So in other words, for every 1 centimeter that you measure on this plan, you will actually be representing 100 centimeters of that part of the house you measured to be 1 centimeters in real life. So simple, straightforward answer, 1 centimeter unit on this plan represents 100 centimeters in real life. Full stop. Question 2.2. Measure the length and the breadth of the house on the plan in centimeters. Round off your answer to the nearest whole centimeter. Okay, so you will need a ruler for this, measuring from there to there. We found it to be 12, and then measuring there to there, we found it to be 10. So it's all centimeters. So we have measured that. You will need a ruler to just prove that. So for the sake of saving time and technicalities, we will just give you length is 12. This is an interpretative question, so there is no hassle or struggling that you will be needing here other than just measuring. And bear in mind that this is centimeter, that is centimeter, and it's important that I put it here, just squeeze it in here, centimeter. So these are centimeters. Good. Now let's go to the following question. Following question says to us now, use the provided scale and calculate the actual length and breadth of the house. Convert your answer to meters. Very good. So in any case, ladies and gentlemen, you write down your scale first. So your scale says 1:100. So what we have measured on the map or on the plan is 12. So we are dealing with length here. So we're going to split it like this. So it's going to be length on this side and it's going to be breadth on this side. We're going to do it in a tabular manner. So on the map or plan, let's say plan, and then this is real life or actual distance. So you found it to be what? You found it to be 12 centimeters. and then you found your breadth to be 10 centimeters. I'm going to do one side first. So we have seen, ladies and gentlemen, that 12 represents 1 year. So 12 times, you're going to real life, 100. The unit in real life will give you, let's just check quickly that on our calculator. 12 times 100 will give you 1,200 centimeters. Same applies with your what now? Same applies with your breadth. You have 10 times 100. 10 is represented by 1, 12 is represented by 1, 100 is the actual, because you're going to real life now, you must times by 100. So let's go back to our calculator. 10 times 100 gives you 1,000 centimeters. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you might need to have a background of this. Kilometer, meter, centimeters. Now you are moving from where? You are moving from centimeters to meters. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever centimeters you have, you divide by 100. And exactly the opposite when you go the other way around. But for the sake of clearing out confusions or whatever, the conversion that takes place between centimeters and meters, when you're moving from centimeters to meters, you divide by the unit difference of 100. And when you're going from meters to centimeters, vice versa, you multiply by a unit difference of 100. But you will need to consult the textbook for that, and you'll need some further clarity. And just not to confuse you, I'll just tell you now, you will need to divide by 100. So respectively, take 12,000, you divide it by 100. Take 1,000, which is 1,000, divided by 100. This will give you, this goes with this, this goes with this. You don't need this, ladies and gentlemen. If you need to be perfect and on point with your calculation, just go 1,200 divided by 100 gives you a 12, as you can see there. So 12 meters. That's real life. So again, this guy goes with this guy, that guy goes with this guy. You don't need that. You might as well just say 1,000 divided by 100 gives you a 10 meters. So your answer is given, your breadth is given in meters, and your length is given in meters, and your centimeters has been calculated using what? The scale, and then your breadth has also been calculated using your scale. So 4 marks. Yes, it should be 4 marks, ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado. And yes, it is 4 marks. It is 4 marks. Just make sure that you see that. That's 4 marks. So when that comes from there, comes from there, comes from there, comes from there. I hope you see that. And that's the end of this question. I'm going to do 2.2.4 now.